Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, WHITT, with her mask. And this is a special edition of WHITT Sessions. What is WHITT Sessions? I'm so glad you asked. It's a pop-up interview in a pop-up location with a surprise guest. But our guest today comes as no surprise because she is my first ever client, 5 years in the game. Welcome back to WHITT Sessions, Delta Jones Walker.
Welcome back. Hello, WHITT. Who you with?
Oh, man.
I am with Chelsea Winnington today.
I'm with you. And
we're here today to just go over some financial information during this COVID-19.
It's something else. And let me just tell you, as I've been telling all my clients, this whole interaction that we had to repurpose ourselves, because I'm used to just rolling up in your office and coming right in your crossing my legs, say, hey girl, but now we are all spread out with our masks. But it's okay because we want to stay safe and we want to inform our audiences, and you have some amazing information. But before you jump into the information about our finances and COVID, how are you doing and your family?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Everyone is maintaining sheltering in place, but at the end of the day, not only my personal family, my client family, I'm taking care of them and, making sure that I've reached out to everyone. We're doing checkups here now, just making sure everything is in place on their financial end in regards to their documents and their paperwork. So, we are adjusting to the new change. But before I start talking and elaborating, I want to do the disclaimer. And the disclaimer states that securities and advisory services offered through Woodbury Financial Services, Inc., which is a member of FINRA and SIPC insurance companies, offered through Atlet Financial Group, 717B Main Street, Cherville, Indiana, 46375, is not affiliated with Woodbury Financial.
All right.
So, on that note, Chelsea, I think the main purpose discussion that I would like to get out to our listening audience is, what do I do in this time, this coronavirus, with my finances? How do I handle myself? There are a lot of people calling now because everyone is at home, and they say, well, you have this great idea that you get to partake with, but we need some additional information from you. Don't be so quick to move on that information.
And I think what you're referring to, just so I can bring everybody up to speed, because Delta's everywhere. She just completed an article for the Chicago Crusader, Gary Crusader, that talks about the financial scams that have popped up as a result of the coronavirus. I mean, as sad and deadly as this disease is, there are still individuals who are out there to capitalize on this, and they're willing to trick people, to take money from seniors, to just unassuming those who are not as technologically advanced, and they're out there. And so I'm glad that part of the discussion you're having with clients talks about, hey, here are some of the signs that you need to watch for when people are trying to financially scam you. And then after we talk a little bit about that, we're going to end on a high note where you talk about some of those opportunities that exist now as a result of COVID that can help us in our financial endeavors as well. Okay, so what are some of the things that you're seeing and some of the ways that people are starting to scam people as a result of the virus?
Well, a lot of emails, and I can speak vividly on this because I got an email, and this email, it was coming from Amazon. Well, because we're buying everything on Amazon because we can't go in the store, I immediately went to reply because they were saying my email was incorrect and my password needed to be reset, and you need to go click on this link. And I went to click, and then all of a sudden I started looking at the
sender,
the sender and the subject line of the email, and they had my name spelled wrong.
There you go.
Then I said, Amazon spelling my name wrong. Then I looked at Amazon where it came from the sender, and it was coming from an Amazon, but it was a G account.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, Amazon doesn't send. So I immediately called the customer service for Amazon, and they said, forward the email to me. So I forwarded the email to them. They called me back, and they pretty much said, this right here was getting ready to be a scam. They were getting ready to get all your information. What I want you to do is we want you to delete this email, but we also want you to go in and we want you to change your password again.
Yeah.
Because we don't know, although I had not changed it, but
how much they know.
How much they know.
Yeah.
So, and you know, with Amazon, most people, they have an account already established, so they can just go right in after they make their purchase, after they select their purchase, and just click. Well,
Guilty.
That information would have been exposed.
Yes.
So be very mindful of the emails that you are receiving. And for the seniors that are listening, please, by all means, when you get a telephone call and they're telling you, asking you, have you gotten your stimulus check? And you're saying, no, I have not gotten it. And they say, well, give me your email address or your bank account information, because a lot of seniors will say, I don't have an email address. And they'll say, okay, well, then the alternative to that is you can give us your banking and your routing number. And don't do it. Listen, Atlet Financial, Delta Jones Walker is telling you, don't partake in that engagement. Just leave it alone.
Yes, so those who are watching, if you have parents, elderly parents, or seniors that you're caring for,
people at church, just pass that information on.
That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last piece around that financial scamming that you talked about in the article refers to those get paid fast, get a job with us right away. They have those types of links as well. And I think that same messaging lies in looking at the source, calling you and being so aggressive with it, and that financial connection when they start to ask for either payments, fees,
yes,
they will get you started as soon as you pay.
As soon as you pay your $149 or your $595, we will get you paid. I don't recommend that, and be very leery of that. And what you want to do, if it sounds good, and you're like, I think I wanted to partake in this, ask them for a contact number, get the name, you Google it yourself, and see if there's another customer service number, because they could have given you any kind of 1-800 number. They could have given you their 1-800 number, and their best friend answers the phone. So you just want to be very cautious and overly cautious,
yes,
in these times, because everyone, although we're going through this time of, I guess you could say, a new day.
It's an awakening. It really, really is.
People are really trying to take advantage of those that are,
I mean, we're just sometimes oblivious or just not so cognizant of it because we're used to conducting businesses a certain kind of way. Now, Delta, you talked about the stimulus check. So let me pivot really quickly, and I know there are people who are like, I didn't get it, or I got it, and I want to just go crazy with my stimulus check because this is free money.
Yes.
Talk to us, Delta, about one, if you got it and you don't necessarily need it per se right now, some things that we can do to be wise with those dollars. You know, it might be something extra, and are we going to get taxed for that later on? Is this going to come back to bite us?
Okay, several people have asked me that question. I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
But what I would tell you is a family of 4 on average have gotten almost $4,000. That money, you need to save it.
Okay. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. You need to save it.
Unless you have to use it to pay the bill.
Unless you have to use it to pay the bills. But if you don't, that's like your emergency reserve that you did not have. Okay? Second of all, I would recommend that for those that do have to spend it, you want to go over your budget first. You don't want to just be willy-nilly spending the funds, because again, like we said, that this is a new day.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going back to work that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Some people.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, you want to have that because we don't know what's going to happen with unemployment. There's
Mm-hmm.
so many what ifs that you don't know about.
Yes.
So the recommendation would be the funds that you have received, you be very mindful in how you are dispersing those funds.
Yes.
Okay?
Because I always emphasize that not only are you a client, I'm your client too.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have this like invisible bracelet that says, what would Delta do? when monies come in and you're tempted to say this is a surplus, in your mind it's like, no, there's no such thing as surplus.
No.
The last thing I want to talk to you about, because you are in financial services and I know you are receiving calls from your clients, talk to me about some of the opportunities that some have found with investing, and then others who like became in panic mode around like the stock market and things like that. And you have always taught me to look at the big picture, Chelsea. This is happening right now, but you can't just be so frantic and ready to pull everything out all at once because something happens to the market. And so I know we don't do advice here, but talk about some of the things that you've seen and some of the opportunities that may lie ahead.
So first and foremost, this is just a paper loss. If you are currently in the market and your position has gone down, look at it from the standpoint, it's just on paper. I won't realize it until I pull the funds. I'm not getting ready to pull the funds. So just like it went down, it went up, it's going to go back up again. That's the first recommendation or the first food of thought.
Okay.
The second one would be, this is the ideal time to start investing in the market. This is where future millionaires will be created.
I'll receive that.
Okay.
We're getting this on tape, everybody. I said tape, I'm baby. So whatever video. Future millionaires, I receive that. Okay.
So that is how you want to position yourself in regards to what is going on. If you don't have a financial advisor, Atlas Financial, 717B, Main Street, Sherrville, Indiana. Our contact number is 219-513-3710. Call us. We are here to walk you through this process.
Exactly.
But this is the ideal time to start investing in the market. I don't know when things will be low like this again, but take advantage of it if you have the opportunity.
And you have the extra resources.
As far as your 401ks, because a few people have reached out to me and said, Delta, my 401k, now mind you, these are not clients. These are people that have heard me blogging from the Crusader, Facebook, what have you. Delta, my 401k is down. Should I take all the money out and just leave it in the saved account, or should I just cash out of the 401k? No, no, and no. First of all, wherever it's at, leave it there, because when you take it out, you're going to take it out at a loss.
Penalty.
So you have penalties. If you're under age 59 and a half, you have a 10% penalty, and then that's considered income. So that's the first step.
Preach to the people, Delta.
Taking the money out of the account. The second one is, should I take my money out of the current investment and just leave it sitting in the money market account in the 401k? Again, no. Okay. Wherever you have it, you leave it right there, because 9 times out of 10, it's already down. So what you want to do is you want to continue putting money in your 401k in the same positions that you had, because now you're getting ready to start dollar cost averaging. So if you have any additional questions, because I know that's going to be a lengthy conversation, just call 219-513-3710.
And I also want to encourage everyone to follow Delta on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. She shares articles, she shares information, and I'm so glad I'm finally back, because we've been doing this on a monthly basis.
Yes, we sure have.
And we missed a couple of months because
but we're back.
We are back. The pandemic does not stop this, And I am glad that you are making us aware of the opportunities. We
Yes.
have to make, as you said before we went on camera, you said we better find these lemons and squeeze out some lemonade.
Yes.
And
get you a lemon, squeeze it, and make you some good lemonade. Because this is the time you can make some very good lemonade if you position yourself correctly.
I love it. And the last thing I want to remind them is that you are doing Zoom and things like that. If people are still not coming out, and we understand that, but when you do, if you happen to make an appointment, it can be virtual, and you will all practice social distancing here. So tell everybody once again how they can connect with you and how we can set some complimentary consultations.
Okay. So you can contact the office at 219-513-3710. Again, that's 219-513-3710. Or you can email us at djwalker@atledfinancial.com. You can also inbox us on Facebook as well as Twitter. Is that?
Yes.
Okay. And we're also on LinkedIn. So there's several different ways that you can get in contact with us. And we make ourselves very accommodating to service you, because with the situation going on right now, and I just call it a situation, we are doing Zoom appointments as well as teleconference appointments, and people are very happy because of the fact they are in their comfort zone. They're in their home, and at the same time, they're able to talk freely.
Yes.
Without saying, okay, I done walked in this building, okay, who else has been in here, who's been in this seat? You're in your own seat, you're at your own home, but at the same time, we're taking care of the business of your finances. So I just say, yes, this is the time you need to make sure that you reach out to a financial advisor, and you just want to make sure that your house is in order. I'm not saying that you're going anywhere, but
hey,
there's
that's
been a few
real.
people that have transitioned, and they didn't have beneficiaries on all their stuff, and you would think, who in the world would
does
have
that? Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Delta, as always, it's my honor and pleasure to be represented by you and to represent you.
Well,
and we're getting ready to wrap this WHITT session up, because I want to talk a little bit about my portfolio and how it's doing. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in. Please call Delta. It was the best decision I ever made. And I'm going to leave you with 2 words from WHITT. WHITT is officially debt free. And we're out.
Okay. Take care. Have a great day.